Hello, my dear viewers and the rest of the listeners. Welcome for this presentation in which I am speaking about managing your emotions in order to experience emotional well-being. My name is MemJM, or you can simply call me Emily Swap. So, what is emotions management? Emotions are intense positive or negative feelings that you direct at someone or something, which may have either positive or negative effects on your health based on how you respond to them, thus putting you either in a good and comfortable state or in untold misery and troublesome situations. In fact, emotions are a part of each and every human being because there is nothing that you can do without feelings coming into play. This is because any action, if not accompanied by the right level of emotions, cannot succeed. Normally, it is the thought coupled with emotion that act as a springboard for action. Therefore, if any action is not supported by appropriate emotions, it cannot bring forth any good results or accomplish the intended objective. For this reason, emotions are important aspects of your life because you cannot do away with them. They are valuable and they offer you a bounty of benefits. This is because once you are able to process and cope with them effectively, you can learn a lot about yourself and your needs. They send you important messages and help you connect with others as well as accomplish great things. These emotions are of two types, and these are either positive or negative emotions. The negative emotions are those feelings that can have negative effects on your health if you do not respond to them appropriately. They include intense feelings of anger, sadness, fear, anxiety, worries, among such other negative feelings. For this reason, you need to know how to cope or deal with these negative emotions so that they do not make you their slave. This can be possible if you are able to identify them as well as their sources, be aware about how they influence your behavior, and be able to respond to them appropriately by managing them so that you can be able to attain optimal performance in whatever that you do. However, the positive emotions are those feelings that drive you into taking action that add value to your life and enable you appreciate your life as well as your actions. They include optimism, hope, enthusiasm, motivation, persistence, amongst others. These are very important emotions that you need to sow and nurture with care and make them work for you. This is because in their absence, you cannot be able to achieve anything. These emotions need to be nurtured and utilized well if you have to excel in life because they are good predators of success in your attempt at excellence. You therefore need to strive to know and understand clearly the type of feelings that you are experiencing at any time, to name those feelings and be able to trace the sources from which they arise. In case you fail to do so, you need to introspect more closely and study your thoughts, feelings, and actions so that you are in a better position to know them for what they actually are. Then once you know your intense feelings and the sources from which they spring up, you can be in a better position to impose your discretion and rationalization on your emotions. You will then be able to decide whether to continue with your emotions or bring a sort of restrictions on them so that you are able to express them appropriately and effectively. In addition, in order for you to be able to manage your emotions, you need to be able to decode them or figure out what you are feeling and then identify the message of your emotion and take appropriate action to deal with the situation. Therefore, if you ever wish to maintain a lasting peace and happiness, as well as build up efficiency in your life as a sure route to success, you need to develop the ability to manage your negative emotions and make your positive emotions to work for you. For this reason, the emotions management skill enables you to recognize the feelings that you have, identify their sources, be aware of how these feelings influence your behavior, and enable you to respond to them appropriately. The following are therefore some methods that you can apply in order to be able to manage your emotions. Number one is standing up in front of a mirror, a large mirror in your room, and then you speak directly to the person that you see. Look keenly at the person who is standing in front of you and ask him or her how he or she is feeling and why he or she is feeling so. Then start smiling at him or her for some time and break into laughter. As you smile and laugh at yourself, you will have commenced regaining your control. Number two is to train yourself to always smile and have humor. Even when somebody tells you something that might have hurt your feelings, find something funny about what the person has said, about that experience or an encounter that you can laugh about. Always find something to laugh about in every situation that seems to trigger negative emotions in you. For example, by imitating the person that provoked your feelings and trying to walk and to talk like him or her. In addition, always learn to smile at others, even when they hurt your feelings, and that will for sure help you to process your feelings in an easy manner. Number three is to engage in some physical exercises, such as taking several deep breaths till you feel that you have relaxed, stretching out your body parts, doing some aerobics, performing some dance moves, walking around, amongst other physical exercises. These exercises help you in releasing happy hormones, which help you feel better and happy. Therefore, avoid sitting on your desk or sitting at one point when you are passing through some intense feelings or when you are deeply engaged in negative thoughts. Number four is to take a nature walk. Just go out there to just saunter as you watch those flowers, the trees swaying right and left, the wind blowing, the birds chirping, the people walking, among such other wonderful experiences from the environment. As you see these sights and hear these ones or these sounds, let your mind concentrate on what you are seeing and hearing and forget about your feelings. If you allow your mind to be dominated by your feelings or emotions, you will not be able to enjoy the sounds and sights, and you will not have helped yourself. Number 5 is to go to a secluded place, an isolated place, away from other people, like in a forest, and shout out your anger by yelling or screaming to your loudest voice or to your loudest level. Speak out loudly or what you would have liked to tell the person who has annoyed you. If you feel like you can wrestle down the person that has annoyed you, assume that that person is physically present where you are and try to box or wrestle him or her down. And you can replace him or her with another object like a tree, a stone, or any other object. But as you do this, avoid hurting yourself. In other words, my dear viewer and my dear listener, what I'm trying to inform you is this, that if, for example, I have annoyed you so much that you feel as if this world has come to an end, just go somewhere like in a forest where nobody can see you. Then assume that I'm present. Get something that can replace me, box me, wrestle me, fight with me. Oh, and as you do that, as you release that tension, as you release that pressure that is in you, as you release those emotions on that object, you'll for sure be recovering. If you feel like killing that person and burying him or her, pick an object like a piece of wood representing the person. Press this person's neck till you are convinced that he or she has died. Then once you are convinced that you have killed the person, dig somewhere and bury him or her. Number 6, if you feel like crying, cry, cry, cry to your level best until you feel good. Do not hold your tears, but release them freely. Immediately the situation calls for it. Do not fear to cry when the situation calls for it. However, if you feel that you cannot cry near some people, just find a secluded place, an isolated place, like in the toilet, or go inside your room and weep until the tears dry. Then wipe your tears and go back to the people. Number 7, never pretend to be okay when you are not. Never pretend to be okay when you are not. If someone does or says something that has hurt your feelings, speak it out freely and directly to that person as soon as possible without carrying your feelings forward. Always express your feelings freely, but using language that will not be abusive to the other person, and also do so with respect. Always speak out your discomfort to the concerned party, and as soon as possible without bottling your feelings or opinions. Always talk out everything that you are passing through to somebody that you trust. That's number 8. Always talk out everything that you are passing through to somebody that you trust. Even if there is no one around that you can trust, just speak out your issues to whoever is around you, because talking honestly and freely is good medicine for your body. So, always share your feelings with someone that is ready to listen to you, even if that person will not do anything else. Speak out everything to the person freely, including through crying over his or her shoulder until you are relieved. Do not mind about what this person will do or say after you have spoken. Your business is simply to speak out everything exactly as it is and leave the rest to your listener. However, if there is someone around you that you normally confide your issues to, that person will be the best person to speak out your issues to. But if none of such kind of persons is around and you cannot be able to reach him or her through the phone, just speak to whoever is near you. Never, ever suppress your emotions, but always vent them out to a friend, a colleague, a counselor, amongst other such people that can listen to you. Number 9, always be ready to unpack and identify your emotions. This means that you should be able to clearly understand what you are going through, whether it's anxiety, whether it's annoyance, whether it's sadness, whether it's excitement, whether it's anger, or any other such kind of emotions. You should be able to differentiate between emotions so that you can be able to deal with them and with each successfully. This can be done by reading about the characteristics of various emotions so that you can be able to differentiate between one emotion from the other, because some emotions may have similar characteristics. You can also be able to identify your emotions based on their triggering event. For example, if you are required to make a presentation in a competition, the emotions you'll be passing through will simply be anxiety. However, if someone has slapped you or abused you, you may be passing through the emotion of anger or annoyance. In case you are completely not sure of what you are feeling, you can visit a psychotherapist or a clinician or simply a counselor who can help you unpack your emotions. Number 10, whenever anyone or any activity or experience arouses your emotions, either positively or negatively, do not react immediately, either by doing anything or by speaking out. But immediately such happens, just pause, step, and sit back. Take some deep breaths. And think of what you can do or say and how to do it or how to say it. Never react to emotions without having taken a moment to reflect of your feelings and the right actions to take. Never let your ego or your status drive you into taking immediate action before thinking about it, so that you do not make the situation worse by acting without thinking. Always note that you should never take any action or speak out anything without having thought about the same and about the consequences. Number 11, never pretend or assume that all is well or all things are okay, yet you are suffering from within your heart. Or never try to engage in acts that can make you just postpone what you are passing through, or just avoid a situation that you're already experiencing. Because by so doing, you will not be helping yourself, but train yourself to face the reality head on and accept it. If it has happened, it has happened. Don't assume that nothing has happened. This is because avoidance is an unhealthy way of dealing with the emotions. So, never avoid dealing with a condition or assume that all is well when it is not well. Number 12 is be keeping an emotions journal, which can be a pocket notebook in which you can be recording your feelings or emotions and their triggers. In it, you can also be writing down how you have dealt with the emotion. So, whenever you experience any uncomfortable emotion, you can always note your feelings. Then you can be creating some time when you can go through your journal and reflect on what really makes you feel the way you feel and come up with ways of dealing with the same. By keeping a daily journal for your emotions, that journal can help you to be able to process your emotions, avoid or deal with the actions that arouse those emotions, and be able to explore the best solutions for your emotions. Number 13, be creating some time away from your normal schedule to meditate about your emotions. Analyze why you feel the way you feel, why you respond or handle others the way you do. What triggers your negative or positive emotions? The consequences that you have faced before due to uncontrolled emotions, how to deal with your emotional triggers, and the best method to adopt to deal with your current situation and emotions. This activity is very important because it helps you increase your level of awareness in respect to your feelings and your experiences. Number 14 is engaging in creative activities, because these help you express your emotions and they also enable you feel relieved. Such creative activities include writing your feelings down or writing down all what you would have told someone that has influenced or affected your emotions. It also includes composing a song in relation to what you are passing through or your expectation in relation to your experiences. It also includes playing an instrument that you love, drawing or painting something, practicing some dance moves, composing a song in relation to what you are passing through, or your expectation in relation to your experiences. I have also said playing an instrument that you love. For example, a guitar, a wadende, or any other instrument. Drawing or painting something that portray your feelings, that express your feelings, and even making some dance moves. Another method or another way, or number 15, is organizing yourself as well as your environment, because this is also a very good way or method of helping you feel happier and healthier. Organizing yourself as well as your environment is a very good way or method of helping you feel happier and healthier. Therefore, It's important to keep yourself, your working and resting environment or place clean and organized, because by so doing, your mind also becomes healthier, for it's also affected by what you see. Always note that what you see affects your mental faculties. That is why, if you are in an environment that is dirty, with cluttered items everywhere, you also become psychologically disturbed and unhappy. But when you are in a clean, smart, and organized place, you feel relaxed, good, and generally happy. Therefore, it is vital to maintain a state of cleanliness, tidiness, and order whenever you are in relation to your work environment, your place of residence, your bedroom, among such other places. Number 16, whenever you are passing through negative experiences or feelings, be talking to yourself in a positive way as you acknowledge the many good things you have been able to do, the many good gestures that you have been able to extend to others, among such other positives. In addition, you should be acknowledging the many good things you have enjoyed or the many good things that others have done to you and being grateful for the same. Always counter the negative thoughts with the positive thoughts. When you engage your mind on the things or acts that you are ungrateful about, you will also be able to go through your current feelings positively. For example, if it is a person that has hurt you beyond your expectation, instead of dwelling too much on what he or she has done, think about how you can be able to benefit from the same by looking on the other positive side of the person. Therefore, if, for example, a person has hurt you beyond your expectation, instead of dwelling too much on how you helped him or her, the many evils that he or she has administered on you, among such other thoughts, think about his or her positives too, in relation to whatever wrong that he or she has done to you. By so doing, you may realize that this person has been more beneficial to you than the small wrongs or the simple mistake that he or she has committed, or the simple wrong or the small wrong that he or she has done. And therefore, you will be able, or you are able to cool down and approach the matter in a better way. Number 17, you can also train yourself to be reframing your perspective on various issues or situations that makes you feel bad by always trying to think and see the situation or the problem differently and positively. For example, if someone that has never failed to pick your phone call fails to do so, instead of preoccupying your mind with the negative thoughts such as, he or she is refusing to pick my calls. He or she, I'm very sure, is engaged in a bad activity, and that's why he or she is refusing to pick my call. He or she is refusing to hear me. Instead of having such negative thoughts, my dear viewer and my dear listener, because you don't know exactly what is happening on the other side, you can just replace those thoughts with the positive thoughts. For example, if your very close friend or someone that you really honor or anybody refuses to pick your call, instead of having negative thoughts as to why he or she is not doing it, think of other things. For example, I think that so and so might have left his or her phone in the office. Or I feel or I think this person may be currently engaged, and I think he or she will come back. Number 18 is managing your stress. This is because managing your stress is key towards being able to manage your emotions. This is because one may not even be able to manage emotions while in stress. For it is the stress that usually brings about emotions. Therefore, finding healthy ways to manage your stress is key towards managing your emotions. In order for you to learn more on how to manage stress, you can visit Emily Swap Life Skills YouTube channel and listen to the video by the title, Don't Die of Stress, Identify and Manage It Now. Number 19 is always confronting the problems that you may be facing head on and solving them effectively. This is because if you do not know how to solve a certain problem that you are experiencing, that problem will generally affect your emotions negatively, and it will negatively affect your well-being. Therefore, by being able to find out the best solution to your problems, you will also be able to minimize or eliminate some of the emotions that you may be experiencing while in a problem. You can listen to the video posted in Emily Swap Life Skills YouTube channel by the title, Your Problems, their description, solutions, and benefits, so that you can be able to learn how to effectively deal with the problems that influence your emotions. Number 20 is managing your time effectively. Managing your time effectively is also key towards managing your emotions. This is because if you manage your time well and you perform all the scheduled tasks as required and meet a set of objectives on time, you are able to eliminate many emotions that may emanate from the failure to meet the set deadlines or objectives. Therefore, the emotions that emanate from being overwhelmed by activities due to limited time or lack of adequate time can be minimized through good time management. Therefore, learning how to manage time is key towards managing your emotions. You can listen to the video by the title, Manage Your Time to Save Your Life, that is already posted by Emily Swap in Emily Swap Life Skills YouTube channel, so that you can be able to learn more on how to manage your time in an effective manner. Number 21 is practicing forgiveness. Practicing forgiveness is a very nice and easy method that you can utilize to help you manage your emotions. This is because if you do not forgive a person that has done something wrong to you, your mind will always be possessed by thoughts concerning the wrongs done to you, and this can be a huge burden and baggage in your mind. However, if you just let go of the wrong, regardless of its magnitude, and regardless of whether that person that hurt you has apologized or not, you immediately go through the healing process and the baggage of negative emotions is lifted out of your heart. Therefore, always forgive those who wrong you without any conditions in order to minimize or eradicate those negative emotions that may lead you into mental problems and diseases that emanate from unresolved emotions. In conclusion, it is always important to remember that emotions are a part and a parcel of your life and of each and every person's life. And they are also very important to everyone, you included, because they are the ones that make you do what you do and how you do it. However, due to the fact that any untamed emotion can draw you into a point of anger, it can draw you into a bad point. It can draw you into a bad possession. It's important for you to always be able to differentiate between the positive and the negative emotions by understanding what you are feeling, then identifying the message in that feeling and taking the right action in order to effectively solve or cope with the situation. By so doing, you'll be able to embrace those positive emotions that propel you into achieving your goals and tame the negative emotions that endanger your progress. Congratulations, my dear viewer and my dear listener, for listening to this video on emotions management. To easily access more life skills, motivational and inspirational resources from this ML Swap Life Skills YouTube channel, click on subscribe button below this video if it's not currently reading as subscribed. You can also access various free resources in ICT or computer field by searching for and subscribing to MLSwap ICT YouTube channel if it is not or it will not already be reading as subscribed. If you have any further suggestions, corrections, or queries in relation to this video or any other video posted in either MLSwap Life Skills or MLSwap ICT YouTube channels, kindly feel free to write it to us through the email mlswap@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening to me, and God bless.